individual that we'd like to call up is a former governor of Louisiana, Buddy Roemer. Welcome.
What's left of it?
We probably should say you have a specified time to speak, sir.
Are you cutting into it now? No, I'm joking.
And then, if you would like to.
Okay, I will do so. It's good to be here. I drove over from Rochester, and before that Dover, and before that Manchester. And you can tell by my accent that I'm from southern New Hampshire. So I'm a little nervous being this far north and up in the mountains, but it is beautiful. I thought the country was in trouble, but I drive through New Hampshire. I've been living here. This is my 6th week. I have a small apartment in Manchester. And as I drive across New Hampshire, the traffic, the highways are packed. Everybody that doesn't have a motorcycle has a recreational vehicle. This is unbelievable. It's a beautiful state. It was a tough decision for me to run for president. It's going to be a tougher decision for you to pick a president from this line. Let me tell you how I made my decision, and that might give you some clue how you might best make your decision. I've seen presidents come and go. I'm the only guy running for president who's been both a congressman and a governor. The rest of them don't know the whole story. I served with Ronald Reagan 8 years in the United States Congress. I was a conservative Democrat. You're born in the 40s and 50s in the South, you were born a Democrat. I was very conservative. I was the only Democrat to vote against Tip O'Neill for Speaker. That was my first vote in Congress. I knew I was in serious trouble. Reagan loved me, Tip did not. But I learned in those 8 years what a president can be. I went through a half a dozen presidents in my lifetime and more. And I'm amazed at how many do not know the office, have no experience when they're elected. I look at our president, no experience. I don't think it's a qualification to be president. I think feel-good speeches and lofty dreams are fine. But at the end of the day, when we select a woman or man to lead this country, she or he ought to be ready, ought to be qualified, ought to be prepared. I spent a long time thinking about whether I should run. I've been out of political office for almost 20 years. I've done what no other politician here's done for the 20 years. I build companies. No fancy speeches. My bank's $1 billion bank. No bailout money. Profitable every month. I work with small business women and men. Day after day. Business planning, restructuring their debt, asking them not to borrow. These are hard skills. I'm not a lawyer, I'm a businessman. I admit I went to Harvard. I don't tell that to everybody, but I think you can handle it here. I did my undergraduate work in economics. I was 16 years old, the youngest student in my class. I came from public schools, Bossier High School, Bossier City, Louisiana. Grew up on a cotton farm. Learned hard lessons about the value of work, about the love of family, about how my sisters were just as strong and just as important as my brother. These are valuable lessons. I thought long and hard about running. I'm not arrogant. I'm not fancy. I'm not braggadocious. I don't think I'm the best person who could be president. Out there must be thousands better than me. But they're not running. I've looked at them close. But they're not running this time. I thought long and hard about taking this job on. I was happy. I'm married. I have 3 kids. I have 3 grandkids. I have 2 dogs. I have 3 parakeets and a goldfish. I live in a house that we bought 11 years ago for $235,000. I am so proud of it. I'm independently wealthy, the old-fashioned way. I earned it. I do not take my pension as governor or congressman. Only one who does it. Not one penny. I did not serve on their health committees or take their health insurance. Ridiculous. Taxpayers are hurting and Congress is living like it's a boom town. I thought long and hard about this job. And I decided that if given the honor, I would give 4 years. Scrub the budget, rewrite the tax code, seal the borders. Stop unfair trade. I won't mention China by name. But the most important thing I'll do is grow jobs. And here's the way I'll do it. I won't take the special interest money. The biggest contributor 4 years ago in politics was a little company called GE. $4.3 million they gave Obama McCain. Guess who paid no taxes last year? This is not complicated, folks. GE made $14.2 billion, $5.2 billion in the United States. I went to the Harvard Business School after I did Harvard undergraduate, so I went to school with these guys. Now they're doing their job. Their job is to make money. I have no quarrel with that. I like the capitalist society. Tell her I'll be home in about an hour.
Sorry.
That's okay, man. That's okay. I've done it myself. I hope I've turned mine off. So I'm not quarreling with the capitalist economy. What I'm quarreling with are the special favors in the tax code that the lobbyists write. What I quarrel with are the big checks that all these guys running for president are taking. Every one of them. And in my opinion, some of these guys are better than others. I call them the good, bad, and the ugly. I'll take the ugly. But I'm going to tell you, they're all the same. Every one of them is just alike. You know what they're doing now? They're raising money from special interests. That's how they're going to make it. Mitt Romney with his super PAC. Like he's fooling the American people. There's a PAC that doesn't disclose where they get their money. Poor guy. Do you know it's legal for a super PAC not to disclose where it gets his money, and you can give unlimited amounts? And they don't have to tell you who gave it to them? Look, here's where I'm from. Now, you might not be from here. I'm for full disclosure, whether it's $5 or $1 million. I want to know, don't you? In a free society, don't you want to know when Goldman Sachs is the largest financial contributor in American politics? They lied, they cheated, they stole. I'm in the banking business, and not one of them went to jail. Do you ever wonder why Obama did his so-called bank reform under Barney Frank, and the next week he went to Wall Street and had a fundraiser at $35,000 a ticket? Who's going to say it's not right? How do you expect change when you keep giving the keys to the kingdom to the same bloody few? George W. Bush, Obama, Clinton, on and on and on it goes. Wink and nod. I'm not a wink and nodder. I'm from Louisiana. I'm an expert of fighting corruption. There's a state that invented it. Now, I'm just telling you like it is. I fought a man for governor. He had never lost an election. He'd been elected governor 3 times. Edwin Washington Edwards. And he laughed at me. He said, this little congressman, oh, he's smart. But he can't win. He won't take the big checks. He won't take oil money. He won't take gas money. He won't take chemical money. You damn right I won't. Because when I was governor, I knew with a 12.8% unemployment, with our school teachers paid the worst in America, with our students ranked 50th, with our bond rating below Guam, below every state, below Guam. It shows you I'm not too smart. I ran for that office. And I beat him. I raised $1.5 million. He spent $15 million. And I beat him. Face to face, head to head. I'll tell you how America will be strong again. When we chase the special interests out of Washington, D.C. They can stay, but not their checks. I don't mind a lobbyist. I can learn a lot about an industry I don't know anything about. Maybe environmental controls, and a lobbyist can come inform me. That's the role of a lobbyist. It's respected. What's not respected is what happens in America today. The lobbyist comes with a check. The leaders of the Congress appoint this super committee. You read about it, 12 members. What's the first thing that happens? They have 3 fundraisers funded by the lobbyists. Who's going to get cut in the budget? Not the lobbyists. I'm the only guy that's been in Congress in Washington. I don't know what you think about it. But I think a president with some experience could be valuable. I think a guy who's fought corruption all of his life could be valuable. I think a guy who's worked 20 years in real industry, small business, not some investment bank, small business, could be valuable. Let me close. I thought long and hard about running. I had a limited chance. I'm a long shot. I won't take the big money. Do you know I've raised money from all 50 states? Most of these guys running can't say that. Do you know that I have thousands of contributions at an average of $80 each? Do you know that this issue will determine how good the next president will be? I don't want to win. I want to win and serve. You get the difference? Money is the key. Money is the key. I ask 1 million people to stand with me. Oh, long shot Roemer. Oh, clean, tough Roemer. A guy who dreams of an America where any woman can be anything she wants, where any young boy, even with a southern accent, can be a leader, where anybody, an immigrant, can come legal and stand with America's armies and stand with America's community. I believe in that kind of America. I'm asking you to look me over. I haven't run in 20 years, and you don't know me. I got 3% in the last poll. I'm damn proud. Mitt Romney had 17. I'm only 14 behind. He's known by 100% of the people. I'm known by 4%. And 3 out of 4 are voting for me. Take a look. Get on my website, folks. It's buddyroemer.com. And Roemer is spelled just like the fish eggs. R-O-E-M-E-R. Good to be in New Hampshire. Thank you. I'll take any easy questions if you got them. No, any questions? Yes, in the back. Yes, sir.
Information here from Congressman. It's very nice to know that you're anti-corruption. But I haven't heard you saying what your position is about some very, very important things that are very important to most people in this country.
You know I was under a time limit here, and I wanted to honor
it. Just touch on certain important things like energy and
Well, I noticed a previous candidate gave my speech on energy independence. I did that in Iowa 3 months ago. In Iowa, I said I would eliminate the ethanol subsidy. You'd have thought the room was going to sink into hell. But look, we're in this together. And the way you're going to balance the budget fairly is to put everything on the table. Everything on the table. Now, I think we ought to drill for oil and gas. We ought to do it safely and cleanly. I'm an environmentalist in that sense. I think we can use modern technology and do it. We do it in Louisiana, while a lot of folks in New Hampshire just wonder where their oil and gas comes from. We produce it. And we do it at some risk and with great pride. I would drill. I would tariff foreign oil. No other candidate's going to say that. We are addicted to oil from the Middle East. I will break the habit. We'll do it by the end of this decade. We'll put 3 million people to work. We will expand refinery capabilities so it can modernize and improve their quality. We will bring the value of the dollar up. I will take the Federal Reserve out of the picture. They will only handle the federal currency. No more Hawkins Act for import. We will raise the value of the dollar by quit sending $740 billion a year to Saudi Arabia. Those days are gone. We will spend that money in America. As the value of the dollar goes up, the price of gasoline goes down. I will be energy independent. I will quit sending cash to the terrorists. I will target Iran. None of their products made with a single drop of Iranian oil will be allowed in the United States. We're going to get serious on energy. When Obama was elected, a gallon of gasoline was $1.86. I paid $3.99.6 in Rochester this morning. We're going to do much better than that. Energy independence is my issue. I come from the energy state. I would use all alternatives. I'll go further. I would open Yucca Mountain to the safe storage of nuclear repository material. It's been closed for 27 years because no president has had the guts to tell the truth about nuclear energy. If done wisely and well, it can be safe, but it must be monitored and the waste must be stored. I could go on, but that's my issue. You had others? Yes.
Buddy, Rick Barrett from
Wolfsboro. I've seen it on the map. I hadn't been yet.
Pro-life for exception, or pro-choice?
I'm pro-life. I would give an exception for the life of the mother. I always have. I voted that way in Congress. A very consistent record. When I was governor, I vetoed one pro-life bill that did not give an exception for the life of the mother. But I'm a pro-life guy. I mean, I'm 3 kids. I'm from a Catholic state, although I admit I'm a Methodist. In fact, went to Methodist Church in Manchester this morning. Last Sunday, I went to Sandown Methodist Church in Sandown. But I'm a strong pro-life person. Good question. I'm a small business guy. I would deregulate them. I'm a fair trader. I would hold China to the highest standards. We will get this straight. Okay? Thanks.
The governor is going to sign the pledge. Just in case that one gets destroyed.
You got your back up.
We got it back.